If you've never practiced Qi Gong before and you want to start, this is the perfect routine for you. Let's check it out. Now, before we go into our first exercise, please make sure you have enough room to spread your arms out, move them in a circle around you without knocking on any furniture or any solid objects. Okay, we're all safe? All right, let's start by centering ourselves in the breath. So you can place your hands over the belly, soft bend in the knees. The posture should feel relaxed, not too tight, not too loose. Go ahead and breathe here into the belly, allowing the breath to be slow, steady, and nourishing. Our mind is often not in the present. However, our breath is always in the present. So by placing our awareness here on the breath, it helps to invite our awareness to be here in the present. And you can just let go of the day thus far, and let go of the day to come. It'll be there when our practice is over. Now, let's take 3 breaths together. Let's breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth, and again, in and out. One more time, in and a long breath out. Go ahead and relax your hands down. The first exercise we're going to do today is called knocking on the door of life. So again, soft bend in the knees, turn from the hips and the waist, and gently let the arms knock around the low back in the midsection. You relax the muscles in the arms and let the centrifugal force of the twist move the arms for you. You can play around with knocking in the space between the ribs and the hips. You can also move the hands up a little higher to the sides of the ribs. That'll do a little more work on your liver, spleen, stomach. Or you can also move the hands down a little lower. So they're more on the sides of the hips. That's going to direct more energy to the legs. Waking up dormant energy so it can flow freely and nourish us. Taking a nice deep breath in and a slow breath out. Another deep breath in and then slowly unwind as you exhale. And pause, feel energy starting to move. Exciting. Now, let's go into some spinal cord breathing for our next exercise. So for this, you'll have your elbows up at about shoulder height. The fingers are closed over and just loose fists. Again, soft bend in the knees. Take a deep breath in. As you pull the elbows back, look up and open that chest. And then a slow exhale as you round forward and tuck the tailbone. And again, nice deep breath in, open the chest, and a slow breath out. The saying in my classes is no pain, no pain. That's it. This is not spin class. So please move in a range of motion that feels comfortable and safe in your body. Moving slowly also helps us to move safely. Gives us time to notice the range of motion and if it's beneficial or too big. Let's do this 2 more times, nice and slow. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale and round the back. Tuck the tailbone. 1 more time. Deep breath in. And we round. Make some space between the shoulder blades. And relax. Again, pause, notice, tune into the body. Nice work. So we've moved the spine in a twisting motion and front and back. We can also move the spine in a lateral direction. So let's go ahead and do that now with a flow called Move the Body Like a River. So for this, I'll invite you to step out a little bit wider. The stance does not have to be this wide. And go ahead and sink down just a little bit. Now shift the weight in the hips over to the right, and then the head keeps going. And now move your hips over to the left, and the head follows. So hips move first, head moves last. And this is going to help open the spine in the lateral direction. You can do this in this upright variation if that feels more comfortable. Or you can also come down and hinge forward. Draw your gaze to the ground. And explore what this part of the river feels like. You just want hips to move first, head to move last. You can inhale one direction and exhale the opposite direction. Feeling this wave of relaxation flow up the spine all the way to the crown of the head. You're also building strength and flexibility in the legs. Now let's come back to the center and just hang forward, wide-legged forward fold. Bending the knees as much as feels comfortable, desirable in your body. Now we can bend the knees and slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. Standing up nice and tall. Pause for a moment. You might feel a flush of energy. It can be wise to let that energy flow outward first before we move again. Now let's go ahead and bring the feet closer together. So they're probably still about shoulder width apart, give or take. Now let's go ahead and shake the arms a little bit. All the way from the shoulders to the fingers. And then we can have a little bounce in the knees. And you can let the head shake around a little bit. Activating what we call the 5 pumps. The 2 arms, 2 legs, and the 1 neck. You can also take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And just to let it all go. And we can shake it a little quicker. And then I'm going to count down from 3, and we're going to stop really quick, okay? All right, 3, 2, 1, and stop. Whoa. Feel that energy. Dormant energy is active and awake. In the first part of class, we move the energy. Now that the energy is circulating, we let the energy move us. I'll share with you the first flow that I learned from my teacher. This is called Open the Flow. And as my teacher said, arms go like this, and arms go like this. Which was his cheeky way of saying, inhale, the arms float up. Exhale, and the arms float down. And almost feel as if the movement is happening, but you're not doing it. Almost like you're the witness of the movement. The same way that you witness your heartbeat. The same way that you witness your breath flow. The same way you witness a flower grow. And we inhale as the hands float up. Exhale as the hands float down. Even though the emphasis here is on the arms, the whole body is engaged. There's a gentle ripple that flows through the body. Or at least there can be. I'll turn to the side so you can see. So notice here, my hips glide back a little as the hands float up. That makes me stand up taller. And then as I exhale, everything relaxes. It doesn't need to be this obvious. I am admittedly exaggerating a little bit so you can see. Just the idea is that energy is flowing through the whole body, not just the arms. As we synchronize breath with movement, as we integrate breath with movement, we integrate these different parts of ourselves. We integrate consciousness with emotion, with the physical body. Now go ahead and bring the hands down and have the palms facing each other. And bring the fingertips to point to each other. And then slowly pull back a little bit. It can almost feel like there's something happening between the fingertips. Then you relax the fingers as the hands move closer together, holding a Qi ball. This subtle energy can become very apparent, and it can take practice too. I'll admit, I have been practicing all morning. Now let's go ahead and expand open the flow. So it starts out just the same, where the hands float up. But now, drop the elbows and the back of the hands float towards the collarbones. And then we push. Now hands float back again. And then the next step is the hands float out to the sides. This is called open the flow to the 6 directions. And when you feel the hands crescendo, then you can draw them back. Palms point towards each other, and the hands just float down. And that's the whole flow. To pair it with the breath, it's one nice slow inhale as the hands float up and back to the chest. Then we exhale, push. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale down. One nice, slow breath as the hands float up and back. Exhale, push. Yeah, you're getting it. Nice work. We just let the energy flow. Let's try this a few more times. Breathing in. Breathing out. In. And out. And in. And we sink the energy down. Let's go through that one more time. Hands float down. Now we'll close our practice by centering our energy. So this is called pulling down the heavens or pulling down the sky. So inhale and the hands float up. Exhale, hands float down. Here we're gathering fresh, nice energy, and here we're directing it through the head, the chest, all the way here into the belly. And one more time. Inhale, hands float up. And nice and slow, exhale, hands float down. Now you can put hands over the belly, feet closer together, but they do not need to be touching. Just staying comfortably. And if you want, you can soften the gaze or close the eyes. And as you relax the ankles, knees, low back, you might notice a gentle rocking or swaying that just sort of seems to happen of its own. This is called bamboo in the wind. The rocking or swaying is said to be your qi, your energy, unwinding into you. Know that you have just done something tremendously beneficial for your health and for your well-being. Feel free to relax here for as long as feels comfortable. For me, I'm going to close out my side of things with a deep breath in the nose, out the mouth. Relaxing the hands down. Excellent, excellent work today. Thank you so much for taking the time to practice with me. And thank you for taking the time to invest in yourself. Trying something new like Qi Gong can be a little scary, and it takes courage. So I recognize that courage in you, and I just want to say, good job. If you enjoyed this practice and you would like to deepen your Qi Gong practice, I invite you to come and join us in the live class club, where we've got 3 live classes online every week. Subscribers also get access to a video library with recordings of the last 10 practices. So if you ever miss a live class, then it's no big deal.